Morning all. Back out on location, seeing though the mornings are getting a lot lighter. Now I've brought you down to the middle of Hebden Bridge for a story which goes back to I think it was mid to late 90's, and I'll explain how it uh, how it all panned out. Now then, I'll just explain a bit about the significance of these banked steps. Now, back in the day, I don't know if they still do it or not. There's the banked steps. Back in the day, this is where all the young kids used to hang about. Uh, they didn't really get up to much, really. It were all bloody nuisance stuff. You know, like playing chicken, dashing across the road in front of cars, and all the rest of the stuff that daft kids do. Or I don't know if they still do, but certainly did back in that day. Uh, Now, looking at it tactically, I know it sounds all a bit technical and everything, but tactically, when you look across, you've got an excellent view up Crown Street. You've got an excellent view of West End towards the centre of Hebden Bridge, and also along New Road. So they could see us coming a bloody mile off as they were doing whatever they were doing. And of course, with the old diesel engine we had in the Land Rover, you could hear it. It was echoing round streets anyway. But yeah, it did have a bit of fame back in the day. I don't know if it, like I said, I don't know if it's still happening or not. It was so famous to us. I think I could quite happily suggest we have a blue plaque on there just to commemorate uh, what they what were going on back in those days. So yeah, that's the bank step and the famous bank step kids of Hebden Bridge, mid 90's to uh, mid to late 90's. So this particular story I'm telling you about, uh, it happened over a period of like 3 weeks, and it was always on a Monday morning, just before the bank staff arrived. And uh, what they found upon arrival each morning, round about 8 o'clock, 8:30, before they opened the shop, uh, was something not very nice on the doorstep. Somebody, I don't know how they'd done it. If you just get another glimpse of the bank steps there, they'd deposited a big turd, the big unwanted deposit, as we called it, on the doorstep. We made some inquiries. We came round and saw the manager, who was not very chuffed by it all, and the staff that looked absolutely disgusted by it. Like I say, it happened for like 3 weeks on the trot. So what we did, we decided, me and my pal decided to do some obs. So we tried to look around to see the best spot for these obs. And lo and behold, I thought those bushes look ideal for what we need. And it is Home House, which think I think it was a hotel at the time. It may have been a private dwelling. So I decided to pop across and have a word with the owner, just to tell him what were going on, and they were quite happy for us for one of us to hang around in the bushes. I won't go tramping all through. I'll put a photograph on so you can see. So there's bushes there with a view directly across at the target, which is the old bank steps. So we we decided to set up an operation, and we called it. We had some fun with these operations, and we called it Operation Phantom Shitter. which isn't a very nice word to put on an operation order, but that's what we unofficially called it. So like I say, it had a brilliant view straight across there at the bank steps. Now the times it were happening, because it must have been after 2 o'clock in the morning. So we thought, well, we don't really think the bank step kids will be out. They used to just clear off well before midnight and get home and get nice and warm and tucked up in bed. Very few of them, if any, hung about that late into the morning, into the early morning. So yeah, we thought it's something a bit more. It's somebody who's hanging about or getting up early in the morning to do the dirty. Uh, but we could not work out what on earth was it all about. So yeah, so here we were Sunday evening into Monday morning, and the view across there at the bank steps. Now we decided, rather than two of us scrambling around in the bushes, I'd do me sneaky beaky bit of stuff on in my combat jacket and my grab bag full of Mars bars and uh, flask of coffee, and I took up position in the bushes and waited to see what happened. It was around about, I'd say, from 2 o'clock in the morning, might have been a bit later, onwards. Now there's not a great deal happening. I'll give you a better view of what we saw. There were hardly anything about really. About 4 o'clock, a police car went past from Todd with Frank and Debbie in it, with one of their must have been a rare prisoner that they had. They drove past on the way to Halifax cells, and that was about all there was. The only other thing I did see, there were a big ginger tomcat coming down Crown Street with something in its mouth, and when I got a closer look, it were a massive bloody rat that it had caught in its jaws, and it disappeared into Altz's backyard. You see where that ice cream and Pennine Travel is? Well, just in there's a backyard. So that's where it was taking its its hunted prey for that evening. Massive, massive bloody rat. I don't know how the hell he caught that. Anyway, I carried on with the obs, getting a bit close. I had a quick cup of coffee and ate one of my Mars bars that I had in my grab bag for emergencies. I kept it stocked up with uh, peanuts and Mars bars and all the rest of the sort of ration pack type stuff. And then it got to like 4 or 5 o'clock. Still nothing. The only movement we had, there were one or two cars knocking about. There was a big red postal van coming down from Halifax with all Hebden Bridge mail inside. And people were starting milling around on the way to work and stuff. And then in the distance, it was just coming, there was sort of a chubby bloke coming down where that mini is there, just past where the Crown Bar and the Spa shop further up the road. He just came down with like a carrier bag. I thought, oh, he's just on his way to work. He came past Fish Shop. Nothing really suspicious about him. But then, as soon as he got to the bank steps, he stopped, looked around, like I've just showed you, like up and down the street, up and down New Road, up and down Crown Street, and further on. Uh, got hold of the plastic bag, swapped it in his hands, turned it upside down, and dumped. Uh, well, it was just a big, big bag of shit, and he just dumped it on the doorstep. Uh, and I sort of radioed through to my pal, and he came running out of the police station. I leapt over the wall. Right, I leapt across over the wall here, as you see. Uh, and headed across the road towards towards the bank steps. And by this time, the lad had got to Cabin Cafe. It's all boarded up now, but I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it were a like popular little cafe for folk on the way to work. I glanced across at the doorstep, and it looked like Tracy Island off Thunderbirds. Bit of an odd description, but that's what it looked like as I glanced briefly across. I ran across the road, and I could see him looking across at this. What must have it looked like some bloody Rambo figure chasing after him. I caught up with him, and he obviously got a bit spooked and ran off into the park. And by this time, my pal had joined in the chase, and we set off, shouting "stop" and all the rest of it. But I won't go past because they're a bit vicious to these buggers. But where that far bench is up there before you get to the bridge, I sort of caught up with him. He weren't a right fast runner, as it were, but I managed to catch up with him just past that big tree there, and I did one of my famous ankle taps. Now I weren't right good at football, but most of the tackles were a bit late and a bit painful, whoever had the ball. So I tapped his ankle, and he went bloody flying, and ended up just here, just past this plinth thing here. I don't know what it is, a sundial or something. Anyway, I caught up with him here just before he got to the bridge, and he went tumbling over as though he'd been bloody shot. And we jumped on him, told him we were the police finally, and then took him back. I went back to Hebden Bridge Nick. We sort of questioned him. I said, "What the bloody hell are you playing at? Why are you doing this? Is it you that's been? Oh, it's me." I said, "What? Why have you chosen to do this? Have you had some fallout with the staff or the bank or anything like that?" But he could not come up with any sort of legitimate reason for well, dumping on the doorstep, sort of thing. We I ended up reporting him. I seem to think it for the public order offence or some shitting in the street sort of thing, but it were one of those weird jobs. We couldn't work out why on earth he'd done it, and he couldn't really tell us the reason why either. I think it would just start of I don't know, absolute weirdness. So that was the famous Operation Hebden Bridge Phantom Shitter. So yeah, I hope you I hope you like that story. It was another one from one of my books. I can't remember which one it was, but the stories are too numerous to mention. So that was that one. So stay tuned for some more of these wonderful stories. Like I say, now it's lighter in the morning. Sunday morning, I'll be up early doing a few more. So yeah, I'll let you get back to bed. I'm going to go home now for the scrambled egg on toast. So yeah, if you do like these stories, and give us the old thumbs up, and subscribe or whatever the hell you're supposed to do with these YouTube things. So yeah, thanks very much anyway, and thanks for your support, and hope you like the new book I brought out called Final Notes Made at the Time. Like I said earlier, I'm sort of running out of book titles, and I'm running out of names for chapters as well. So I've called it a do with that one. All right then. Take care now. I'll let you have another little look across at Mammills. It's like I say, it really is nice inside. They've done a really good job. Uh, pardon the pun. Anyway, oh God, I'll get off before I come out with any more bloody wisecracks. Take care now. See you soon. Bye bye.